Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Noble, and today we're going to be doing a deck profile based off of the newest structure deck that just came out today, Albaz Strike. Now this bad boy is really good. It is packing some serious heat. Arguably one of the best structure decks to ever come out just because of all the reprints that's wrapped up inside and packaged inside of this thing. You can go get 3 of these and make a decent deck. Just straight off of the reprints alone, you're getting more than your value in this thing. Going and getting 3 structure decks and just making a fun budget deck, I really look forward to that, and I haven't really been able to do many of those videos, but today I was able to actually get this thing on release day, which is rare. The lady was there at Walmart. She actually was stocking them. I asked her. She had them in the box. She hadn't even put them on the shelf yet. So it worked out quite well. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, before we jump into this, go ahead and give this video a like if you like my videos. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. If you haven't already subbed, now's a great time to do so. Let's jump right on into this budget Albaz Strike structure deck profile. To kick off this deck profile, we are playing triple of the Springans kit. Also, if you hear like a buzzing, there's a Japanese hornet right outside my window that sounds like a small aircraft carrier. It's terrifying, so that's what that is. But anyway, this card, what it does is if you have a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material on your field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add to your hand one of your branded spells or traps that is banished or in your deck or graveyard. There's a whole lot of spots you can grab this card from. That's really cool. Then place one card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. You can only use each effect of Springans kit once per turn. Next up, playing triple Fallen of Albaz. If this card is normal or special summon, except during the damage step, you can discard one card, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters on either field as fusion material, including this card, but you cannot use other monsters you control as fusion material. You can only use this effect of Fallen of Albaz once per turn. Also, if you want to use like the shiny variants of this card, go for it. I did not do that. I want to use strictly what was in these structure decks. $30 budget. Inflation, it's really not $30 anymore. It's like $38. But $38 structure deck. But you know, if you have the shiny ones, you'll spruce up a little bit. By all means, go for it. Next up, I am playing triple copies of Tri-Brigade Mercurier. I believe is how you say this one. This is a really cool card. I like it a lot. So what it does is when your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard and negate that effect. If this card is banished, you can add from your deck to your hand one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it, except another copy of this card. You can use this effect. You can use each effect once per turn. I did start this at 2, but after using it a few times, it's like, man, I really could burn through 3, and I have several times. I mean, it just came out today, but still, this is a really awesome card to have in your deck, and I really recommend running 3 of it. If you want to run less, that's totally fine as well. One thing I'm running 2 of is the Golden Soul Sword. I really like the art of this one. I think it's beautiful. When a monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you do, negate that attack. Kind of like Battle Fader a little bit. Then if you control a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material, you can destroy the monster that declared that attack. If a monster is banished face up except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard, special summon one light spellcaster monster from your hand or graveyard whose attack equals its own. You will use this effect of Golden Soul Sword once per turn. That is a really beautiful card. Ah man, I'm a sucker for some good art, for some shiny, like a crow. I'm running double Albion, the Shrouded Dragon. You could bump this one down to 1 if you wanted to do so. What this card does is this card's name becomes Fallen of Albaz while on the field or in the graveyard. Cards that normally do that have really good effects that follow. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one Fallen of Albaz or one branded spell and trap from your hand or deck to the graveyard and apply the following effect based on where you send it from. Hand special summon this card or deck, place this card on the bottom of the deck, then if you place this card from your hand, draw a card. You can use this effect of Albion the Shrouded Dragon once per turn. I wish this was a super rare. Running double Fleur de Lis. I'm also running triple of the awesome Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, like that common print in this freaking structure deck is just something else. I'm also running triple of the Effect Veiler. I kind of thought about running this one lower. Oh, this is a 42 card deck build. For the record, I'll show you where you can take stuff out. If you wanted to do that, that's totally fine as well. But just because we're running Pop Extravagance, I felt like I had a little more wiggle room, and there were some things I just did not want to get rid of. But you can totally run this at 40, like absolutely. If you wanted to run one less Effect Veiler, that's one of them. as well as one less of the Tri-Brigade monster. I'm running one Artifact Scythe as well. If you wanted to get rid of this, that's fine, but personally, I would keep it. Moving on to the spells, I'm running triple Pot of Extravagance. That common print, that really threw me off. Like, I knew it was in the deck and everything, but just seeing it as a common print, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. This card was like super expensive. Now we're getting it as a common in structure decks, and like just that transition in like only like a year's time is just so wild to me. But I'm super happy because people can get it super easily, so that's amazing. But a lot of draw power, and we do play, you know, because it's a $38 budget structure deck, we're using all the, you know, we have 15 cards in the extra deck. We're using all these fusions and stuff, so we don't want to hit all of our fusions because, you know, we do want to win, but you definitely can use this a little more freely. I'm also running double Dart Roller No More. I know some people are opting not to play this, but this is just such a phenomenal card, and when you are playing budget structure decks, you really can use all the protection that you can get. Luckily, this structure deck really provides you with quite a bit of protection. Dart Roller No More being one of the way better ones. Next up, I am playing triple of the Branded Fusion. This card's amazing. What it does is you fusion summon one fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material from your extra deck using two monsters from your hand, deck, or field as fusion material. Hand, deck, or field. That's amazing. I love it so much. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion monsters the turn you activate this effect. That will not be a problem in this structure deck at all. Totally not a restriction. So this card's amazing. Definitely recommend you running 3 of this one. I'm also running double of the Branded Lost. I'm sorry if I'm like saying things a little bit weirder. I got a bit of a cold. Good old spring cold today. So this is a continuous spell. What it does is the activation of your cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summons a fusion monster cannot be negated. That alone is really awesome, but it has another effect that also your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a monster is fusion summoned this way. That's just, chef's kiss. If you fusion summon a fusion monster, you can add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it from your deck to your hand. You'll use this effect of Branded Lost once per turn. This card is really good. Provides a lot of protection and adds a search as well. I mean, what more could you want? I cannot emphasize the chef's kiss more than that. It's great. Great. I'm running one Branded Bond as well as one Branded in White. What Branded Bond does is you special summon one of your Fallen of Albaz as banished or in your hand or in your graveyard, and then during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there to activate the effect of Fallen of Albaz this turn, you can set this card. You only use each effect once per turn. Branded in White has a little bit different effect. You fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including Dragon Monster. You also banish monster from your graveyard as material if you use Fallen of Albaz as fusion material from your hand or field, or by banishing itself from your graveyard. Whew, that's a mouthful. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there to activate the effect of Fallen of Albaz this turn, you can set this card. You can use each effect of Branded in White once per turn. I'm also running one Gold Sarcophagus as well as one Call by the Grave because we can only run one Call by the Grave. Unfortunately, we cannot max out on Call by the Grave, but you will have 2 extra ones because of this structure deck. And then for the traps, I'm running one Branded Sword as well as double Branded Retribution. I'm running double Retribution because it's a built-in mechanic Omnigate, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I love those. I absolutely love them, and I just think it's dumb to run one. I'm sorry, but a card that can stop anything for the most part, I just think it's dumb to only run one. So I run 2. But Branded Sword, what does is special summon any number of branded spells and traps from your graveyard. Special summon that many Ice Blade tokens as Dragon, Dark, level 8, attack 2500, defense 2000. I mean, that's a beefy token right there. That's a Red Eyes Black Dragon. That's a beefy token. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished monsters that is Fallen of Albaz or mentions it, and add that monster to your hand. You'll use one Branded Sword effect per turn, and only once that turn. What Branded Retribution does, like I touched on it a second ago, to counter trap, and when a spell, trap, cord, or monster effect is activated that includes an effect that special summons a monster or monsters, return to the extra deck one face-up fusion monster you control or 2 fusion monsters in your graveyard that mention Fallen of Albaz as material, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy that card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one branded spell and trap in your graveyard, accept another copy of this card and add it to your hand. And guess what? You can use one effect of Branded Retribution effect per turn and only once that turn. So again, if this is something you want to run at 1, that's totally fine. A lot of people do it. I'm not judging you. I'm not gonna knock on your door at 3 o'clock in the morning and be like, Noble knows. Like it's gonna be okay. I'll know, but it'd still be okay. Like it's totally fine. I just like running Omnigates. Even it's not really an Omnigate, but I just like running stuff like this at more than 1. That's just me. That's just me. It's just Noble. And then lastly, I'm running triple. There can only be 1 just to kind of floodgate the crap out of our opponent because the structure deck allows us to do that. Again, 42 card build. If you want to make room and cut it to 40, that's totally fine. But we do have extravagance, so a little wiggle room going on here. Okay, for the extra deck, it's not like I'm about to blow your mind with some super secret, spicy, juicy tech. Like this is a budget structure deck video. I'm using what's in the structure deck. You know what's in here. Triple of the Ice Blade Dragon because I am definitely not going to try and say that first name. I'll butcher it. Can't make me do it. Not going to do it. Not happening. Triple of the Siren Dragon. Same thing here. Not going to try to say it. Not going to do it. Triple of the Titanclad, the Ash Dragon. Like this card a lot. Triple of the Albion, the Branded Dragon. Double of Brigand, however the heck you say it. And then also 1 of the Iron Dash Dragon as well. So this is like, I mean, I think these 9 are kind of mandatory in my opinion, especially with Pop Extravagance. We're not trying to hit basically any of these, kind of limit that as much as we possibly can. But the rest of these, I really think that it's pretty, roomy if you want to add an extra 1 of this or something like that. But it's totally up to you. It's not like it's gonna like make or break it. But these guys, like, you do want as many copies of them as you can if you're running Pop Extravagance, which I feel like you should, but if you don't want to, that's totally fine as well. But yeah, guys, that's it for this deck profile. Like I said, there wasn't anything super special or fancy about this. This is just I can't even say 30 in my thumbnail anymore. It's freaking $38 thanks to inflation. $38 structure deck profile. But really, go get you at least like 1 or 2 of these, like if you're not even just gonna make the deck. I mean, there's just so much value in this structure deck. Really, you're gonna get your money's worth. Like, it is such a, especially for newer players, like, oh my gosh, please go get this. If you're a newer player and you want to make a deck that's fun and not bad, like pretty competitive, and have some great staples for later on down the road when you're building other decks, you're already gonna have copies of cards that you're gonna want layered down the road. They're not gonna be shiny, but who cares about that, But yeah, guys, that's it for this deck profile. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to come out with a more complex, more beefy version of this, not so budget version of this, in about a week or so. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Drop a like if you like this video, sub if you haven't already done so, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next video.